Okay, good afternoon, everybody. I came across the video with Charlie Angus, and he's also one of these on the road commentators, educators, and you know he's going from all the way from the East Coast, Prince Edward Island to Halifax to Nova Scotia. And he's doing a whole across Canada tour, and it's mostly a rise up against the Trump and the Trump regime. And look, you know, this particular video struck me because when he was talking about, he's going to talk about the time of 9/11. 9/11. I was in St. John's, Newfoundland at the time, working on a project, an oil and gas project there. And you know what struck me is, again, it was like a dream. I went out for lunch, and I was having lunch at a little Irish pub across the street from where I worked, and they had a TV up in the corner playing the news. And as I'm sitting there having my lunch, I'm watching the news as well, and an airplane flies into one of the towers, and I thought it was some kind of surrealistic animation or something. I'm like, what the heck is that? And I don't know, there was no volume on the TV. I couldn't hear what's going on. And I continued eating my lunch. And sure enough, a few minutes later, another plane flies into the other tower. I was like, is this for real? I mean, I'm having lunch at an Irish pub, and I can't believe what I'm seeing, right? I mean, to me, I've never seen any kind of AI generated video like that or anything like that. It never existed. To me, it was unbelievable. Like, it's either real or somebody's really good in 2001 making animated videos, Anyway, I want to share this video with you, who's Charlie Angus, and don't confuse him with Charlie Kirk. Two different type of people. I'm sorry about Charlie Kirk, but you know what? F-A-F-O, you fuck around, you find out. I'm sorry about that, but a lot of people didn't like him. Anyway, I'm not going to get on that subject. That's another topic, and there's plenty of content. Go see Texas Paul. You want to find out real opinions about Charlie Kirk? Go look up Texas Paul. All right, none of that. I want to share you this video, and then I'll catch you at the end of the clip. And thank you very much for watching.
Our nation is under attack. We are under attack in a way that we have never been threatened before. And we need to really focus what that attack means and how we respond. I was thinking, flying into St. John's, because I love this place. I was thinking of 9/11, the last time North America was attacked. And what happened at 9/11? 33,000 of our American brothers and sisters had to land in Canada, and we looked after them. Because that's what we do. We look after each other because we're decent people. No wonder Donald Trump hates us, right? And nowhere is that sense of decency better and more on display than right here in Newfoundland, where 7,000 of our American brothers and sisters were forced to land in Gander, a town of only 9,000 people. And people gave up their homes for the people who landed. They fed them. They gave them the free pharmaceutical care that they needed. And then they were worried that they would be stressed, so they put on shows, and they brought people out, and they brought people together, because that's what decent people do. That's what we do as Canadians, because we look after each other. And that's why Donald Trump hates us. And at 9/11 afterwards, I went to Ground Zero. in the beautiful city of New York, a city I might never step foot in again as long as fascists run that country, but my heart is still there. And I went to Ground Zero to pay my respects. And I stood there in the fire halls along Greenwich Village where they have the photos of our responders who never came back. I did that because that's what decent people do. And that's what this fight is about. This fight is not about tariffs. This fight is about trying to divide us from one another, of installing the politics of hate and blame and division by those MAGA incels. And they are never, ever, ever going to cross our border and take anything from us, because we will defend our decency and we will defend the love that we have for each other.
So there you have it, folks. And, you know, I have to say, as a Canadian living and working in the United States, you know, it's sad. I mean, I've worked and lived half my life in the United States. I grew up in Florida as a kid, going to school and junior high school. You know, I literally spent probably more years in the United States as a Canadian, sharing my experiences, because I've traveled worldwide. I mean, I've been, you know, in my line of work, I've been all over the world. And, you know, I just want you to understand one thing, is that Canada and the United States are probably the best organized allies and friends, and it's been like that for years. Well, currently it's come to an end, and this is a horrible, horrible situation. I know a lot of my American friends who love Canada, that have been there, and this is going to stop right here, right now. No more messing around, all right? Call it what you want. Elbows up, you know, we'll fight, whatever. We're not fighting the American people. We're fighting this regime, this MAGA regime, and that's got to stop. This cannot be allowed anymore. Done. Over. Thank you. Thank you for taking time.